What up, y'all? Happy Friday. Welcome back to Wholesale Fridays here with Jonah and Kaj. We got almost the whole wholesale network on the call today. And if you guys are watching the replay, if you're like already super early to stream, they got a super cool kind of live event coming up with the Brand Direct Challenge. They're gonna be doing like 5 days in a row, doing live calls with you guys, breaking down all the different steps of getting brand direct accounts and starting to get into wholesale. It's a super cool live challenge. I'll be popping on some of that, trying to learn for myself. And if you guys want to start building a wholesale business for yourself, check that link, the top link in the description, kind of get the information about the wholesale challenge or the brand direct challenge this year. And I know there's gonna be some cool results coming out of it this year. But yeah, how are things going for you guys? I haven't had both you guys on stream together maybe in quite a while.
It's been a minute.
Yeah. So, Kaj, how's business for you? We check in with Jonah pretty often, but like, what are things looking like?
Business is good, and I need to hop on these more often. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, I've never been more bullish on the brand direct model, and I'm not just saying that because of the brand direct challenge coming up. Last month, because it's still July. Today's the last day of July. Last month, I had one of the fastest closes I've ever had with a brand. It was so fast, I actually thought I was getting scammed. But it was just the timing was right. I was doing outreach, and it wasn't even that brand that I was specifically looking for. But as I was looking at one brand, I kind of just also saw this one. So, you follow the rabbit trail as you do in sourcing. And I was like, you know what? I think this is kind of like the perfect opportunity. So I, right on the spot, I found the brand owner. I messaged them on Instagram. I messaged them on LinkedIn. I sent them an email. Got back to me same day. We hopped on a call the next day or the day after that. I told them what we do. I told them the problems I saw with their Amazon. And within about a week from that first contact it was about a week from first contact to when I placed a purchase order with them. And now we've already placed our third purchase order with them. We're exclusive. We're launching a second product. We're about to launch a listing. And it was just like, okay, it works. So that I'm kind of on cloud nine from that, not going to lie. And for the listeners, that does not happen often. Do not expect that to be your experience. But the longer you're in the game, you increase your surface area of luck, and that kind of stuff happens. So
exactly, it happened because you kept reaching out to brands, and you find the thing where it works so well, you feel like you're getting scammed, I guess is the yeah. That's funny. Yeah. So just for like anyone who's like super new, do you only do like brand direct, like you're just buying wholesale from brands, you do distribution, like that kind of thing as well? Or
I have one distributor that I still work with, but I haven't reached out to distributors in a year and a half, 2 years. All the outreach that I do is on brands, and I focus on brands.
Gotcha. Very nice. Yeah. So as you guys are popping into stream today, let us know any questions you guys have about getting into Amazon wholesale, especially. And yeah, we'll be chopping it up for 30 minutes or so, just kind of breaking everything down. But yeah, Jonah, are you growth looking good for you too?
Yeah, it's been solid, man. Like the cool part about this business, kind of like what Kaj is running into too, is you do have bandwidth issues as you start picking up more brands and suppliers. And one of those is just like capital and funding the business. So I haven't been on heavy outreach mode in a long time. It's fun to see your brands actually grow. So the ones that you're like sending the owners or the, whoever it is, the reports every month, showing a month over month growth. Like I really enjoy that part of the business, but a lot of it is like work. Like you are doing a ton of work to earn this business in the beginning, right? And then to make sure it's actually scaling. And some brands it's easy for, like if you get in the right brand and they actually did need help or too many resellers were splitting the pie, they weren't advertising, like you can show really good growth just from being the only seller and starting to do a little bit of advertising. There's other brands though, like if you're going to start going this model, you got to be cautious. So if you're going to do the brand partnerships idea and you're going to create new listings and stuff like what Kaj is talking about, he's just been studying data for so long that he knows, how to make nice listings, what keywords are going to drive it there. There's also brands you start creating listings for and doing this partnership with, and it just kind of flops. You're like, oh, I'm going to launch this brand and do this brand direct thing, brand partnership. And you launch them from scratch and there's just like not enough demand. So as the wholesaler, We're sitting on product. It's not really moving. Now I'm having conversations with the brand of like, well, you guys were kind of saying this was going to be a lot better than it's going now. It's like, working through it. So it's
Right.
like there's always wins and losses on both sides, and figuring out how to just like find that ideal client.
So what are you hoping to see in the data for it to be like a good client, especially because like, you know, for most people watching, we're doing arbitrage. Like we already know the demand. Like what's a good gauge where it's like, okay, this would be easy to launch on Amazon.
Yeah, always existing data, right? Like if it's already selling well on Amazon and you know based on the data it's doing $30,000 per month, $100,000 per month, whatever Smart Scout or Seller Amp showing you, like that's going to be a good gauge, right? Because now I'm confident in giving a purchase order for X amount of money, knowing that it's just existing demand. And then on the flip side of that, like let's say the listings look very bad, it's split by 20 different sellers. Like those are all the key points you want to hit on, because think about all the best brands on Amazon, right? Like Bloom Nutrition. You could list all the best ones. They're not having multiple sellers sell their product, right? Like it's one entity that's actively every single day looking at the nitty-gritty of what goes into scaling a brand: conversion rate, click-through rate, advertising. They're optimizing this brand all the time, right? When you're just reselling products, you're not fixing up the listings at all. So we're taking the existing demand, reselling for profit. But if you're the brand, you want your sales to grow. So you need somebody in there like looking at all the details, getting you in brand registry, looking at the brand analytics. And if you don't have somebody doing that for you, let me be the one that does it for you. I don't charge for this. Most agencies do. I'm going to purchase your products at wholesale price. And based on my team, my experience, my setup, I'm going to do everything the agency does for you anyway. So it's like, that's what you tell people via email, phone, like what Kaj said, LinkedIn, Instagram. Like you have to be creative. You can't just like watch something on YouTube, get the free template, and then like send that to brands. It's not going to cut it. They're going to say, sorry, I get hit up by Amazon guys all the time. You need some sort of angle. And then once you have that angle, figuring out the conversation and like where you fit in to help that brand improve on Amazon.
Buy the billboard on the way the CEO drives past on the way to the office, or yeah, for the right brand, you could actually make some crazy like IRL marketing plays like that.
Do you follow Greg Lavecchia?
No, I don't know.
He's the CEO of Bloom.
Okay.
And he was just talking about that in one of his vlogs, but like the version that they would do of that when they were trying to get into Walmart and Target is they would figure out who the buyer that they needed to talk to was from Target or Walmart. And then they would look at all their followers and they would recruit all of the people they followed as affiliates for Bloom.
Interesting. Yeah. That's
so
smart.
then like they would do that a few months ahead of time. And then for like 3 months before they approach the buyer's like, I'm just seeing Bloom everywhere. And they're like, yeah, you are.
That's awesome.
That's good.
So it worked.
That's funny. What's up, Surtac? How's it going, man?
Yo.
Good, wholesale seller in the space there. Awesome. I feel like I asked Jonah about this the other day. Kaj, have you had any very hilarious or awkward sales calls recently?
I don't think so. I mean,
too good at it these days.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything hilarious or awkward. I mean, there's always, you're trying to convince someone. I think the most frustrating thing is when you're trying to convince someone about the importance of Amazon when they just don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not more so hilarious or like,
yeah.
So I don't
that's
know.
Just like kind of being out of touch. Like, how do they, as a brand owner, like that feels like that's pretty much number one almost.
You would think.
Yeah.
So I feel like I run into that more, but I haven't had anything hilarious or ridiculous recently.
I gotcha. What's up, GC? How's it going? So everybody, whatever platform you're on, let us know any questions you guys have about getting started with Amazon wholesale and all that good stuff. A lot of zeros of knowledge on stream today.
The knowledge goes far back. Yeah,
for sure.
In the game for a minute.
So I guess are you always like going through brand registry, like trying to create listings for them, that kind of thing? I know there's like all kinds of, some people will be like full content creation, that kind of thing. Like how complicated is it for like, some newbies, that kind of thing seems like in chat. So like, what's like the, step one kind of?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to depend on the brand, right? So some brands, when you start working with them, they're going to already have their brand registry and Seller Central set up. So you just need the back end access to that, which if you haven't done it can seem very intimidating. But if you have the right SOPs and guides, it's just step by step. Some brands, if they're like blowing up on TikTok, but they're not on Amazon, then you're going to have to send them information on how to get set up in brand registry, which again seems intimidating, but it's really not. It's just going through a form, clicking all the buttons, and then getting access to that. So for us, like we've done it enough times where we have a very smooth onboarding system, and we know how to get through that process. And then once you have it, you just start creating the listings. You use Claude, you use Smart Scout, you use Google Pomeli, and then you have something that's like pretty much ready to go, with AI doing a lot of the heavy lifting, which is pretty cool.
Nice. See, Mohammed's putting in the work. Mohammed said he called 50 brands in the past week. What did that lead to for you, Mohammed? Obviously, it depends on like the types of brands to call as well, for sure. I
dials and conversations.
Right. Yeah. I called Nike 50 times, so I don't have a direct account. Let's see. Surtex said open Seller Central account for brand is 10 times harder than getting them in brand. That makes sense because it's like you're not having to restart the whole thing for them. Plus, it would be better than having to like, it's their seller account at that point. It's how they're going to think about it. But if the brand registry is under your stuff, then like,
well, that's interesting too, though. That's a good insight. Like, I wonder why that is, Surtech, because at the end of the day, like I know you do both, you do wholesale and agency, but for a wholesale seller, it's almost like you'd want it to be harder for the brand to have a seller account as well. Because some brands, like they might even try to take that back in-house eventually. If you just built it all for them, A to Z right. and anything like that, and it's selling through your Seller Central, at least we have some sort of control. So that's why I like the wholesale model, because like when I'm getting these subscribers, it goes to my account, and maybe the brand eventually does want to take it back one day. Like there will be at least some friction between it rather than just like a smooth cut.
Yeah. Talk more about that. I feel like that's some people are like underestimating like subscribe and save, especially for like stuff you can buy over and over again.
Yeah. I think just like in general with e-commerce, like if I was building a brand from scratch right now, I would want something that was consumable, replenishable. You could build up subscribers because they're just purchasing that frequent with you. You can do all these different little add-ons and things like that. And with Amazon, it's so easy. So obviously, you know, as a buyer, you guys see it. You get a significant savings if you do subscribe and save. If you're buying that same product once every month, 2 months, 3 months, like people like me, I don't love to shop. Like I'm not trying to go on there, buy the shampoo every single month. I'd rather just subscribe and save. So as the wholesale seller, we're purchasing the inventory. We're also acquiring the customers that are subscribing and saving. So like, to your seller account, you will start to grow these subscribers. And I pass all that data and information back to the brands too. I'm like, oh, we grew X amount
right
month over month for you guys. We got this many new subscribe and save customers. So you're building like actual forecasts as well on sales.
Yeah. And they love that because everyone wants recurring revenue. And like you're saying, if the brand's like, we're actually going to start doing it ourselves, and you're like, so, I mean, you got $20,000 a month coming through your subscribe and save right now. Like, oh, wait, like doing the math, like, yeah, I'm losing, 4 or 5, if they have a crazy margin, a lot more than that in profit a month. If I cut this guy off right now, like.
That's why it's a true partnership too, right? Like we say skin in the game, like it does go both ways. There's a lot of ways where like we can get screwed as the seller, brands can get screwed too. Cause like, let's say I run into account health issues and my account goes down and I can't buy your stuff anymore. And we were exclusive together. Like that's an issue. Or, I have capital issues and now I can't buy any more inventory from you. I have too many brands I'm working with. Like the brand doesn't want to hear that either. They're like, we're trying to fund our FBA with as much as possible. Right. So goes both ways.
For sure. Let's see. Yeah, you're saying on that agency for creating their wholesale. Yeah. So you do brand registry yourselves. Yeah, that makes total sense.
Yeah. Let's see. I actually just had a brand that reached out to me because they were dealing with issues setting up their own Seller Central account. And unfortunately, they didn't end up deciding to work with me because they did get it figured out. And it was like, it was a referral from a connection. So I was just genuinely trying to help them out.
Yeah.
but like they were having a lot of it. The new Seller Central sign up process is just a lot more in depth than it once was. So it makes sense.
Yeah, when we signed up, it's just like make an email, boom, you have a seller account. Now it's like verification and all that kind of stuff.
Different.
Yeah. Obviously not the hard part of being an Amazon seller. If you're watching the video, like don't let that be the thing that holds you back.
No,
and
not
if
for
it
an
is,
Amazon
then you're
seller.
not cut out for Amazon to begin with.
100%.
Signing up is like, oh, I can't do this.
But like that's the kind of the beauty of the brand direct partnership model, because so many brands, for them, Amazon's just a black box. And they have so many other things that they're focusing on. And it's like when they run into an issue with thinking just getting a seller account open, and they have other things that are their top priority, it makes a lot more sense for them to work with someone who can be a brand partner. Because then some of them, they get the Seller Central account and then they're like, how do I create a listing? And then so it's like we have that Amazon expertise. Literally just knowing how to navigate Seller Central and understand a keep a chart is like 3 years worth of knowledge.
It's more your knowledge as a beginner Amazon seller is more advanced than you think it is.
So much more advanced.
Yeah, this is like a very small niche we're in.
For sure. Let's see. Mohammed had a couple good questions here. Said, how do you handle the rejection of we sell on Amazon ourselves? And they have no listings, nothing optimized. That's good. Yeah, I think we were talking about that a couple streams ago, Jonah, where the brand like says they care and like they're just terrible at Amazon.
Yeah, I'd also like make note of who's selling the product, because like they sell on Amazon themselves. Okay, are they selling 100% of their sales? Are they selling like 12% of their sales and then it's split with a bunch of other resellers? So like the landscape of these brands matters before you ever contact them. It's much better to like do your research and find one or two things you can mention than just like spamming them. Hey, can I open an account? I'll help you with XYZ. And like having that blank template, you're just blasting to everybody. Like personalize all your outreach, whatever you do. With the rejection, they sell on Amazon. So it's like, okay, well, I realize that your listings, are split by 10 different sellers. So like, I see you sell on Amazon, but what's up with the supply chain here? Why is there all these other sellers? Because like at the end of the day, I like to position it that way, because like, it's just best to grow a brand if you can fully focus attention on it. If you're not going to do it and all these other people are going to do it, I will do it for you guys. But I'd like to be, the only seller for this. It's hard from the beginning to start like that. I understand. So even just opening the account, getting the price sheet, starting as one of those sellers, and then sticking in their ear and giving them value and like trying to help as much as possible, whether that's fix up the listing, create a new listing. And so what you can do is like put this into visual form, especially with AI now. And like if you use Claude or anything like that, like put together a brand presentation, show a screenshot of their listings, show a competitor's, mention a few things you can do, and you just got to stay frequent with it. It's all follow up.
For sure. Yeah, and I assume that's a pretty heavy focus of the brand direct challenge. Can you like are there some resources and that kind of things that people will get on that front during the challenge?
Yeah, we're going to go through quite a few of the common objections, which the most common objection is very broad is, okay, we don't work with Amazon sellers. But the layer underneath of that is, okay, how do we then discover why they're not working with Amazon sellers and figuring out if there's room to convince them and it's worth continuing to pester them and follow up, or if it's okay, we should just move on from this one and put our focus at a brand that has a higher likelihood of converting.
Gotcha. Let's see. What's up, Prince? You said you want to start as soon as possible having analysis paralysis. Yeah. What's like the point, step 0.5, like what should they do right now?
Well, assuming that you already have a Amazon Seller Central account and an LLC, step one is getting a free trial of Smart Scout. I've got a couple YouTube videos on, just how to set up some basic Smart Scout filters to start finding brands that you can reach out to. So once you have that set up, get a trial and then just start looking for brands using that. Or Seller Amp Advanced Search as well. There are tons of tools out there that are going to do that for you. But the main thing is find a short list of brands, make it 10 brands, 20 brands, whatever it is, and then just start getting in your reps. You're not going to be good when you start, but the key is action.
Yeah, just do something ASAP. And yeah, SellerAmp will be good. It's like 25% the price, does more for you as well.
Yeah,
Let's see.
one thing I would add to that too, it's just like, let's say you're starting and like what Kaj said, you already have the Seller Central open, you already have the LLC, because those are two mandatory things. Like you cannot work with a brand or distributor without having an LLC. Like once you do that though, what I would even go simple and say, target some distributors. Like a lot of the times people can start with wholesale and open distribution accounts. It's a lot easier to open distributor accounts. The conversation's not as like complex sometimes as brands. And the cool part about it is like distributors are a leads list. So it's going to lead you to hundreds or thousands of brands, depending which suppliers that you're opening up. From there, you can either buy and resell the product or do all these things we're talking about. But now you have brands you can actually target and see, hey, I already buy your product. I realize your listings look terrible, whatever that specific thing may be. So like distributors are a great connection to have, both to buy and resell their product, but also to lead you to brands. So like brand direct wholesale, distributors are a massive play in that. You can work with them. They can partner with you. They can refer you. They can bring you to trade shows. That happens all the time. Trade shows are another way. Like even if you're a beginner seller, if you have that account open and LLC, like go to a trade show and just kind of walk around and look at products. And if you can, and you're up for it, like talk to them and see about opening a wholesale account. It's like, once you're face to face, you realize too, it's a lot easier to grow your business, open account, like take action.
For sure. Let's see. GC is saying, scared of the bigger ungates, don't we get stuck with products? I mean, I would assume that's a bigger issue with wholesale than it is like arbitrage in general, because you can't like say, hey, can I have 10 units, Mr. Wholesaler, after you just talked a big game. So like, how do you treat that? You just, submit till approved.
One of my favorite things about partnering with brands is that you just get in their brand registry and get ungated. So
that's fair. Yeah. If you're like direct through the brand, then yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. So I did actually apply for an ungate recently, but that was kind of like a one-off kind of thing. But I mean, my team is very rarely applying for ungates anymore, because the only way we really get ungated is if we're gated, we just get them to add us in their brand registry, and then you're cleared.
Cool.
And then depending on your relationship with supplier too, you can always ask them like, hey, will your invoices work for ungating? Because number one, you'll get clarity there. Number two, they'll know you're an Amazon seller. So like it does clear the air sometimes, and you don't want to take a risk if it's with a distributor where it's going to be iffy paperwork anyway.
For sure. What's up, Lewis? How you doing, man? I'm still not used to the snazzy headshot of you. I need the I need the still wins profile back. Let's see. Muhammad said, you sent an email, target something specific, like no images. Can you recommend some templates? I think we were talking about this the other day, Joni. You said that your favorite approach has just been like, let's talk about Amazon, like keep it super simple. It sounds like, Muhammad, you might be like going like keyword vomiting at them.
Yeah, you got to be careful with keyword vomiting. I always like to say too, like what's your e-commerce strategy, or who runs your e-commerce channel? Like each brand is different. Some brands, it's a mom and pop brand and there's 2 people involved, yet they do $100,000 a month on Amazon. Other brands, it's like a corporation where to get to anyone, you're going to have to get forwarded. They have an e-commerce director. So like, don't vomit on the wrong person. Like you might be hitting the right points, but you're talking to like the front desk lady, So like, that's why you have to also make sure you're seeing who is the decision maker. That's a lot easier over the phone or face to face. If you're just emailing, open a wholesale account, move forward from there. Ask how you can become an authorized reseller, and if they say no, then you have to do the things we're saying, whether it's presentations, Loom videos, compare and contrast, showing case studies if you already have some.
Yeah, the case studies are that's definitely a hack. Like once you've actually got some results, go figure. People want to see you actually have success already.
Yeah, I agree. The fancy email templates are not what's going to give you success.
Yeah.
You got to get on the phone. You got to get in person. All of my best brands and relationships happen via phone calls and in person.
Have you had
via
any good brands landed via email like ever?
I've definitely, so email is definitely a part of the strategy.
Yeah.
I haven't had a lot of success with cold email. If the first point of contact was cold email, I always try and get them on the phone as quickly as possible afterwards. And then that's where the relationship is really built. Or if I do a cold outreach via phone, then I follow up via email, and then we, try and get on the phone. But I don't think I've ever had a brand that I've landed and opened and was able to convince them that they need to work on their Amazon from just email.
Gotcha. Yeah.
It's a piece of the puzzle, but it's not the answer.
Awesome. Yeah. And by the way, for those of you guys watching, like the Brand Direct Challenge coming up, and in like a week or two, they're going to be like, doing some of this live with you guys. Like we're walking you through exactly how to get like brand direct accounts, all that kind of stuff. 5 days in a row, tons of good like resources and stuff. The link is down below for that. Is there like, what's like the part that you're most excited to share with people? Like what's the biggest thing that people should get excited about?
Well, there are a couple things. So one is definitely going to be strategies just around like how you overcome that we don't work with Amazon sellers objection, because I mean, everyone runs into that. I still run into that. So I'm very excited to talk about that, because I think I have some strategies and tips that a lot of people aren't really using. And then one of the bonuses, if you sign up for the challenge, is going to be my AI course for Amazon sellers, which is how me and my team are using AI to do a lot of the heavy lifting to deliver the services to brands that we actually tell them to. And kind of similar to how like older brand owners might be really intimidated by opening a Seller Central account.
AI is like, if opening a seller account is intimidating to an older brand owner, then it's hopeless. And when it comes to like, hey, we have a system that creates new images and like all, yeah.
But one thing I found just from, talking with sellers, being in the space, is a lot of people, if you're transitioning from an online arbitrage or wholesale through distributors, and then you want to work brand direct, a lot of people are just intimidated by building a listing and, doing images and all that stuff. And they don't feel confident to be able to say to a brand, I can actually do that. But I mean, the bonus course that you're going to get with it is you're going to be able to do all of that yourself, or have one of your team members, if it's a VA, just kind of manage those SOPs for you.
Awesome. Yeah. So check that out below if you guys are interested. There, between these two, probably $55-60 million in sales, plus a ton of other expertise and all that good stuff. Plus we just made it a little better. You'll get 60 days of Boxem for free if you guys don't have Boxem already, as well as lots of other cool stuff.
Great software.
Let's see. Mohammed had another one here. A lot of gatekeepers anyway, to deal with them, to talk to someone higher. Yeah, that is good. Like you said, you mentioned you call somebody up, you got the front desk lady. Like how are you getting to like a decision maker?
I mean, something Kaj said earlier, right? LinkedIn. Like the cool thing about social media right now is founders are using social media. They're on these channels. So like there's, whether you do it yourself, you have virtual assistants help you scrape all this data, or you have software and tools to scrape all this data. You can pull tons of contact details that are not just like easy to find, right? So contact everybody. People feel like, oh, I already messaged them once. I already emailed them once. It's like, no, email everybody in the company multiple times. Like, you just don't understand how busy people are. So you have to like continuously stick with that. And then once you understand who the person in contact is, trying to get them on a phone call is ideal. So like do something of value that gets enough interest that gets them on a phone call. If you're not getting any interest, like maybe go for somebody smaller. I don't know what kind of brand you're going for, but let's say you're pitching the A+ content and you're contacting brands doing $500,000 per month. Like they get thousands of those emails every week, right? So some people have to be realistic with it too. A lot of the brands that like me and Kaj have, they're not where they're at now when it started. Like you do have to add value and have services. You do have to get lucky and work with brands that are like on the come up sometimes. So when you guys are seeing those brands that are popping on TikTok, or it's blowing up in Walmart, or it's an old mom and pop brand, they just haven't made it to Amazon yet. And then boom, you use Helium 10 or whatever search tool you use, and there's keyword volume and it's searched 500 times per month. Like these are
nothing, like no demand. Yeah.
that's nothing. But like for us, that's really good. So like I have brands that are searched 500 times a month, and that translates to like 30 to 50K in sales per month. And then with our model, if you're the only seller, it should be 20-ish% margin, and it's replenishable, right? So you have somebody that now you get that every month, and you want to like add another vendor like that. And the cool part about this model, like we've talked about, is it compounds. So then, like, don't get me wrong, it's a lot better once you're in the space for years. My likelihood to open an account is much more than you guys starting from scratch, right? Because I'm going to name drop everybody I work with. I'm going to name drop people I know, but like you only need one. And then when you have one person you can talk about, it's like, hey, I helped this oatmeal brand go from this to that. Like I want to do the same with you.
And then you have your name drop, and like the only reason you have a better success rate is because you have more time in the game than somebody watching. Like that's it.
And the person you helped is fine with talking about your service too, whether that's a testimonial, whether they actually word mouth to mouth or talking about you to their friends and family. That's the best part of scaling, I think.
Yeah. Another good one we think we talked about this like a couple months ago, but like you can also just like look for all the stuff that no one's selling in their brand and be like, you know, you have good sellers on this, but you have 5 products that no one's in stock on Amazon. Like why? Like we'll carry this. Like get your foot in the door kind of thing.
Taking a risk sometimes too. Yeah. Like it's kind of everything, and you're going to have to take a risk sometimes. So like you just said, a brand sells really well, but the one SKU is not on Amazon. Are you willing to buy a pallet worth and be the exclusive seller on it? Like, sure, there's some volume, but it'll take some advertising, and who knows how it's going to sell, but it got you in the door.
Yeah, exactly. What's up? Yeah, for sure. GC, what's up, Junk? Awesome. Yeah. So, I gotta go catch the Odyssey with the in-laws here. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap up stream here for the day.
IMAX?
Unfortunately, no, it's been sold out like a month in advance, but
really,
yeah, it's been crazy. But yeah, for those of you guys that have been watching, like if you guys want to learn directly from Kaj and Jonah, some very qualified wholesale sellers, I mentioned a couple of times with the Brand Direct Challenge down below there, and then we'll probably be live again next Friday. We'll probably at least have Jonah next Friday. Kaj, you're always welcome to hop on for Wholesale Fridays this time every week. Talking wholesale, and yeah, appreciate you guys hopping on stream today. Any like last words of like, you know, go take action on this for anyone watching still?
Post your face on the internet. People do business with people they know, like, and trust, not the smartest person. So a cold email with a bunch of information on Amazon will not sell nearly as well as your face on your Instagram and LinkedIn profile.
That's game.
Yeah,
that's game.
I like that. Much similar. I would say go to a trade show. It's going to put you out of your comfort zone. You're going to get in front of brands and suppliers. All you have to do is just open a wholesale account. And think about this, guys. Like, we're paying money to people to buy their stuff, and we help them and add valuable services to help grow their brands.
If you're good at it, it's not a hard sell.
Out of pocket, $0. I'm going to profit you. You're going to make $1,000 from day one off of me, right? Like, have fun with it when you talk to these people, and like, this is how you're going to earn an account.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Appreciate y'all's time. Make sure you guys go follow these guys as well. They both have lots of good content on their own as well. And yeah, appreciate you guys watching and pop in. We'll see you guys again soon.